You won't believe what I dove into today. I united with a whole new dimension of tech geeks participating in an augmented reality gaming tournament. It was a treasure hunt game that was highly interactive. Picture this, I was navigating around some fantastic augmented landscapes. Everything seemed so surreal, yet fun. Even ran into two of the community members, Jake and Mike. And guess what? I clinched the 5th position, out of nowhere. Mind me, these gaming communities are no joke. The competition level is on par with our training sessions. It's definitely something you'd love to explore. It's a wild blend of tech and entertainment. Anyway, I had a funny incident in the chat group today. Max suggested that the whole AR gaming episode could be turned into a song called The Bilingual Gamer. Crazy, right? Heejin chimed in, and Pierre's classic, tongue-in-cheek humor added to the situation really well. We ended up planning a jamming session tomorrow. Just feels like forever since we last created some fresh tunes, you know? Hyejin is evidently excited. Actually, I think it would be a great idea to toss some tech jargon into our music. Imagine, the combination of guitar strings and game soundtracks. It could be a whole new genre. Let's call it, tech melody. Moving on to something completely different, I had this random observation while practicing yoga today. You know how when you stretch, every fiber of your muscle tenses up before relaxing? I feel like it's so symbolic of life, right? Just before a major change, everything becomes so intense, and then, poof, things start to fall into place. Maybe it's the dancer in me speaking. Oh, speaking of stretching, I can't believe Pierre had authentic ratatouille today. This makes me miss our baking sessions back in France. Reminds me of my dad's fresh pastries from our kitchen. We certainly owe our next baking spree to ratatouille, don't we? You know what? I've been thinking. This whole tech scene is pretty interesting. In a way, it's kind of like dance. It's about learning, understanding, and then making the elements move flawlessly together, making them perform in perfect coordination to create something beautiful. I realized I exude more energy and passion when I see parallels between two different worlds, finding a common ground. I get so lost in my thoughts sometimes. I have a feeling tomorrow is going to be a great day. Well, don't want to hold you too long. Guess who has a 10-page script to memorize for tomorrow? Yes, it's me. Can't wait to have more adventures together. So, remember the time I talked about exploring new dance styles? Today was just the right day for some dance exploration. I ended up joining a local dance workshop that was all about fusing traditional Korean dance moves with hip-hop vibes. Now that was a rush. It was interesting to see how beautifully these two dance forms melded, each adding a unique energy to the other. They balanced each other like a coexisting yin and yang, breathing life into a mesmerizing dance fusion dish, served hot and fresh straight from the dance studio floor. My dance partner was none other than our good old buddy, Ho-jin. He has got some serious groove, I must say. And our mentor, Songyeon, she's like this artsy alchemist, brilliantly blending dance styles. The dance workshop was truly riveting, stretching our creativity and stamina to its limits. When it comes to news from the chat village, we had Pierre sending us virtual mouth-watering delights of his herby croissant. Just looking at them, I could almost taste the melting butter, the flaky layers giving in, the blend of herbs. You get the picture? Even Max, who seemed to have feasted on pasta, couldn't resist Pierre's magical croissant. I personally took the opportunity to share my dance fusion experience, and just like that, we went down a rabbit hole planning a dance-off. Yep, an actual K-pop hip-hop showdown. I knew you'd love the sound of that. So watch out, world. We've got coders dancing, a food artist doubling as a sound mixer, and the whole squad up for what Pierre calls this craziness. I can almost see the sparks flying, setting the dance floor on fire. Oh, numbers are involved too. Just how our programmer buddy Max likes it. And that's not all. We agreed to film this grand dance-off. Now isn't that some level of commitment? Promising, I tell you. Don't you think this fusion thing is growing on us in all aspects? It's like we are trying to blend every facet of our lives into something unique and exciting, be it food, dance, or even our professions. On a lighter note, I am freaking excited for our dance-off. Speaking of blends, I now realize that my parents' influence extends way beyond the kitchen. Their fusion cooking expertise, gracefully combining Korean cuisines with French confectioneries, might just be the flavor I'm seeking in harmony and discord of dance and music. Life, my friend, is a beautiful recipe, isn't it? Also, with Christmas around the corner, I'm definitely missing the warmth of festive French pastries. On a reflective note, the blend of intensities and subtleties in both traditional Korean and hip-hop dance forms oddly reminded me of our yoga sessions. The tension gradually leading to a state of calm, very similar to yoga stretching, right? Just some shower thoughts, probably. Maybe we could discuss this next time we sit for some tea and enlightenment. I guess that's enough chatter for a moment. Remember the dance-off we all planned in the chat? Guess what? I've got some new moves to show off. It was a regular evening at the studio when Maestro Lee came in with this idea to fuse traditional Korean music with contemporary rhythms. There I was, guitar in hand, trying to explore the contrasting and harmonious elements of the two genres. Before I knew it, I had this fascinating piece coming together, an engaging blend of old and new. It was unlike anything I've created before, like the unexpected spark between two contrasting notes harmonizing into a beautiful melody. It was like throwing paint on a canvas and watching it slowly form into a masterpiece while rotating on a pottery wheel. Fluid, unpredictable, yet synchronizing into a rhythm all their own. I couldn't resist sharing this exhilarating experience in our chat group. Trust Max and Pierre to take the conversation to a whole new level. Pierre suggested adding some gastronomic fusion to our lives with kimchi croissants. Now that's some fusion I'm curious to taste. Oh, and there's Max still battling pasta monsters in his game. I suggested turning this into a fun movie title and got him thinking about a pasta monster mayhem with Pierre's fusion background music. Just imagine us all jamming together, our creative energies bumping into each other, producing a symphony of laughter, rhythm, and chaos. On a thought exploration spree, I realize how fusion isn't just confined to music or food. It's all around us, like the bustling streets of Seoul where modern skyscrapers and historic palaces coexist. Or in my dance style, where contemporary and traditional movements meld into a unique rhythm. It got me thinking, life is a jam session where we start by playing our unique patterns and finally get in sync, creating something harmonious yet distinctive. You know, it's funny how our chat group imitates this blend so perfectly. We are such a colorful blend of interests, humor, and ideas. Our conversations are like a lively grand symphony. I see the artistry in it, like an impromptu jamming session, scattering notes in the air, catching them as they land, transforming them into a melody. Speaking of food, I had the most heavenly kimbap today. The delicious aroma made my heart flutter. Remarkable how our senses connect to memory, right? Just a whiff of kimbap, and I was transported back in time to my mother's kitchen. Now you see, the magic is not just in the fusion, but in the memories, emotions, and experiences it encompasses.